What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and shill that. It is available anywhere you listen to music under the name Aftersound, of course. And yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I have a fun chart to share with you today. Now, I know folks in Splinterlands, not everybody is up to date on what's going on in crypto. People don't follow what's happening in Bitcoin. And, you know, everybody knows that it has some kind of impact, but this is going to be more focused on the crypto Bitcoin side of things. You know, the gaming side is awesome. Obviously, we love it. But I've been talking about this for a while. I'm very excited for Q4 and specifically Uptober, right? October, but Uptober, because generally what we have seen for Bitcoin in the month of October is a very healthy, awesome green month, right? The last time we had a red October was in 2018, and the only other time before that was back in 2014. So, and again, I guess if there was data before that, it wasn't really relevant, but you can see that October, or we'll call it Uptober from here moving forward, is generally a fantastic month for Bitcoin, and September is generally a red month, and that's kind of what we've seen so far within, playing out in 2024. So just to give you the visual here, because again, I think it's important, you can see, again, that every October has been somewhat fantastic. If you go back to the Octobers of the year of the halving, so if we go to 2020, you'll see 27%. Awesome. But not just that, look at the following months. Then you had November and December doing quite good. Go back to 2016. This is the the halving, I think was in May of this year, sometime around there. And you had 14%, 5%, and then 30% in December, as I think we hit a new all-time high either in December or the following January. Either way, it's great times. It's fantastic times for Bitcoin and crypto historically. Now, I have to say that this is, well, one, this is not financial advice. This is just a chart. So, past returns are not, no guarantee of future. But I wanted to share with you so that you could understand my excitement and why I keep talking about Q4, especially for the folks that are just here for the game, right? Because if we start to get momentum, if the team is able to wrap up, some of the new player experience things, if they're able to start getting the what's that called? The marketing on point, right? And even just launching it in one way, shape, or form. If we're able to just get general folks into gaming at that time, maybe one of the other games takes off because of this, that is going to be a really fun and interesting time. And we are somewhat primed for it in a sense, right? I mean, again, and you can look at Q4s across the board. So here's the thing. The Q4s that are generally bad are in the ones that follow the year of the blow off top, right? So you can talk. We'll talk about like 2022, for example. You had your blow off top. So let's actually start all the way back at 2016. So you have your 2016 run up at the end of Q4. Then 2017 goes nuts, right? Bitcoin goes from like 1,000 to 20,000 in a year, which is a 20x. So that's crazy. You can see what Q4 in that year looked like, right? And then 2018 was our 3 straight months in Q4 of red. Now, very similarly, we had in 2020, 2019 is an interesting one because that was a decently red month. But you look at 2023 as like the analog, and we were actually up a little bit. But there was a lot of hype, a lot of things pulled forward early, in my opinion, because of the ETFs, but we'll get back to that in a second. So then coming back to 2020, right? We had the Bitcoin halving earlier, or the first half of that year. You get a fantastic green, solid green, 27, 42, 46%. It increases in each of those months. We hit a new all-time high. Bitcoin finally crosses 20,000 in December of 2021. We have a wild ride, that goes throughout the entire year. Bitcoin tops off, I think it topped off obviously early in the year and then had kind of like a double top. You can see what happened here in October. And then November is when they announced that, they're going to start hiking rates. So I think everything, started going into decline there. But 2022, Makes sense. We had only 5% up in October, but even that's the thing, even in a rough year when like FTX collapsed and all that, like Bitcoin was still up 5%. But then of course we had the FTX collapse in November of 2022. December wasn't great, but then from there it's been going up and up and up. Last year looked pretty solid. So again, I'm just sharing these numbers with you. I'm sharing this chart with you because it's interesting. It's entertaining. This is just fun, guys. I have no idea what's going to happen. You all make your own decisions financially on what you want to do. I'm not even talking about going out and buying Bitcoin or buying crypto assets. Don't make any financial decisions. All I'm saying is it's exciting if we were to get this. If history repeats itself based on the cyclical history data that we have, then Q4 generally is a fantastic time that follows a generally red September. So, I don't know what that means for alt seasons necessarily, right? Alt season seems to be almost like delayed this year. We saw Bitcoin kind of, do a massive run up, but then ETH didn't really follow along. So I don't know what that's going to look like. Either way, I think if Bitcoin starts to move, the rest of the market starts to move regardless. We saw that earlier this year, but the difference, let's get into Splinterlands micro here, not the macro. The difference with where we were at the beginning of this year versus where we are now is the simple fact that a lot of folks left the game. We still had a lot of extraction happening. There was still a lot of sell-offs. There was a high inflation rate. And then in March, April, we hit where we had a couple of changes that essentially, depegged DEC at that point. Because keep in mind, we did hit the flywheel, right? When this happened in 2023, October, November, December, we were doing quite good. Right. And we launched Land, we launched Rebellion with that. Then, right, we went through, and this is like to kind of go along with March and April. We had the the Gladiator burn event, essentially what happened, and then the DEC LP proposals that the rewards got shut off. So we just got flooded with a ton of extra DEC in the marketplace, which we're still trying to eat through. But now that we are turning the corner, now that you have seen DEC starting its march towards PEG, and most importantly, and I posted a separate video about this, most importantly, we're not seeing the daily sell pressure on SPS anymore. A bunch of whales bought SPS and pushed it from 0.4 cents to 0.7 cents, almost 0.8 cents, right? And we're not seeing the daily sell pressure. Primarily because I think all those bots are turned off in Wild. And that happened over the summer. So while Bitcoin was chopping around, we went and cleaned up house, right? We went and cleaned house. We got the Wild Season Pass implemented. There's a lot of DEC burning. And I just think if we get this, right? If we get 3 straight green months in a row, or here's something better. If we get 6 straight green months in a row, so you can look at 2020 as a reference, 2020 into 2021, right? October through December, and then January through March. And then you can even look at this year, right? October through December, 2023, and then into 2024, right? Into March. If we get something like that, we're in for a wild ride. And the best part is that it could start in 15 days. Okay. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Just want to share this chart with you. Want to share a little bullish hopium. Again, I don't know what that means for asset prices. I don't know where everything goes, but at the end of the day, let's say you're here just for the game. Let's say you're here just for the vibes and for the community. What could be awesome is if this starts happening, we could get a flood of new players. And maybe you don't care about asset prices going up. I know most people do, but let's talk about this from a game aspect. Maybe we don't get a bunch of, maybe we don't get asset prices going up, but we would get, hopefully, a bunch of people coming in maybe you don't care about asset prices going up, but if you do care about new players coming in, match liquidity, guilds, tournaments, all this kind of fun, hanging out here on stream and doing things and playing challenges, all that should be even better with hopefully a bigger crowd coming in. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.